Welcome, wrestling fans, to Wausau West High School for the dual meet in the Valley Conference between your Lincoln High School Red Raiders and the Wausau West Warriors. Valley Conference dual meet number 2 for the Red Raiders. This will be the third one for Wausau West. Draw weight for tonight's duel will be 215 pounds.
115 pounds tonight. Wrestling for the Raiders.
At 215 pounds, a senior for the Red Raiders, Grayson Reamer. Wausau West will have a sophomore, Joey Rufai. The matchup at 285 pounds. Wisconsin Rapids will forfeit. Wausau West will have a junior, William McCarson. The matchup at 106 pounds. For the Red Raiders, Matthew Searing, he's a senior, and will take on a sophomore for Wausau West, Samuel Vohm. The matchup at 113 pounds, a senior for Wausau West, Savannah Danielson. Take on a freshman for your Red Raiders, Deegan Armagas. The match at 120 pounds, Landon Freeman, a junior for the Red Raiders, will take on a freshman for the Warriors, Blake Mell.
120 pounds, a freshman, Blake Mell.
126-pound weight class looks like this. A freshman for the Red Raiders, Jack Ackerman. He will take on a sophomore for Wausau West, Henry Rufai.
And for the Warriors, at 126 pounds, a sophomore, Henry Rufai.
The matchup at 132 pounds, Carter Freeman, your Red Raider, who is a sophomore. He will take on Sam Galang, a junior for Wausau West.
132 pounds, a junior, Sam Galang.
The match at 138 pounds, pair of sophomores going at it for Wausau West, Alexander Voigt. Your Red Raiders, Eden Armagas.
At 138 pounds, a sophomore, Alexander Voigt.
The matchup at 144 pounds, John Knopf, a senior for Wausau West. He will take on a freshman for your Red Raiders, Chase Gether.
44 pounds, a senior, John Knopf.
Wrestling at 150 pounds, Mason Tritz, your Red Raider, who is a junior, will take on a freshman in Lane Bernsteiner from Wausau West.
Lane Bernsteiner.
At 157 pounds, the Red Raiders will forfeit, and Colin Caldwell will receive a forfeit for Wausau West. 165-pound matchup, the best one of the night. Henry Galang, a senior for Wausau West, takes on your Red Raider Bennett Weidman, also a senior. A pair of seniors again at 175. Tim Gospodarek, a senior for Wausau West, against Mark Jeske, your Red Raider. Final matchup of the night at 190 pounds, William Ford, a junior for Wausau West. He'll take on a junior from the Red Raiders, Kyler Tritt.
A junior.
Little PA announcer is getting all messed up there, so we're getting him straightened out.
A junior, William Ford.
Last year, the Red Raiders defeated Wausau West 33-31. Red Raiders are Wausau West is 2-0 in the Valley. Wisconsin Rapids 1-0. DC Everest 1-1, along with Merrill and Marshfield. Stevens Point is 0-1. Wausau East is 0-2. The Red Raiders have a handful of ranked wrestlers in the state. They are a third-ranked team in the state behind Kaukauna and Bayport. Wausau West, 2 ranked wrestlers. 132-pounder Sam Galang is ranked 14th. And 285-pounder William McCorson, the heavyweight, is ranked 12th. And the first match out, 215-pounder Grayson Reimer, your Red Raider, a senior, against Joey Ruffey, a sophomore.
215, Grayson here at the Rapids.
Got to thank Craig Tipp and Scott Roosh doing the camera work for us tonight. My name is Scott Tesch. I'll be doing play-by-play. Reimer is a senior that came back out late this year for the first time in numerous years. He wrestled some in the kids program. And he is a physical specimen, as you can see on the mat. He is an athlete through and through. Shuck on by Ruffey and missed the leg on the way through. They back to the center. 1:22 left. Both wrestlers working on collar ties, hand control, elbow control. Snap down by Reimer, spins behind. Got to lock him on the body and lift. Tripp takes him down to Reimer, the lead, and a takedown. And they work off the mat right in your lap, mat side seats, as we like to say here in Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Reimer just looks like he's having a good time out there on the mat. He's smiling, talking to everybody, making friends, and then he's wrestling too. Now they're going to cut him loose so they don't get a stalling call put on him. 2-1, Reimer. 40 seconds left, first period. Both fighting for inside position on that collar tie. Snap down by Reimer on the corner. And Ruffey says not this time. Trying to work behind, but couldn't quite get there was Reimer. 18 seconds left. First period, still 2-1, Reimer. Two refs here in the mat. Ted Kiefer from Stevens Point, and I do not know the assistants. First time I've seen this assistant official. Reimer on top, going to ride, and Ruffey takes the bottom position. Stand up coming by Ruffey. And he's inside the arms in a scramble. And they're out of bounds. "13 seconds gone in the second period. Not much of a start by Reimer on the top. And he allows Ruffey to get to his feet in a hurry. And they're going to cut him loose. Match is tied at 2. Just in watching Reimer around the mat, the way he takes his steps, his balance, he is an athlete. Just wish he would have had him out for 3-4 more years in a row here. He's a senior this year. He could have really turned into something. Body lock, and they're off the mat. Minute 2 left, second period, still tied at 2. Ruffey has not been able to snap Reimer at all. Try to slide by there. There's a sweep shot. Tossed with an underarm toss as Reimer gets a takedown. And now let's see what he can do from the top riding position here. He leads 4-2. Now he cuts him loose again. Just not quite knowing what to do to control Rufi on the bottom. Rufi tries to shuck him on by again. Reimer just wades right into him. 15 seconds left, second period. Body lock, crushed him right to his back, but then lost the grip. Toss coming again there off the mat. Wild flurry, but Reimer was coming out on top of that no matter what happened. He just crushed him to his back, but lost the grip. 4-3. And Reimer's stretching out a hip. Reimer with a lead after one period. They're going to put him back on his feet. We got a caution on Reimer. And then a free ride back to the feet. So Reimer leads 5-3 now. This could get wild yet. Reimer just runs him right over and catches him on his back. Now this is deep trouble. Oh, Rufi ended up rolling through it. And Reimer looks and smiles at the bench. 9-4. Minute and a half left. Red Raider in control if he knows it now. Let's see how he finishes the match out with a minute and 25 seconds left on the clock. Low shot attempt, and Reimer sidestepped that in a hurry. Reimer wading in here. Forehead to forehead they go. 1 minute left. Rufi can't get past the strength and the athletic ability of Reimer, to this point anyway. Reimer kind of takes a break and looks over at the bench. They're kind of smiling, and he's smiling, and everybody's happy, I guess. One more takedown would be really nice. Double leg shot, lifts, powers him up in the air, drives through it. Oh, and he just not quite able to drag his feet. He had the takedown if he would have tapped his toes like a wide receiver. One more takedown to his back would be even better. Body lock him right to his back one more time because he's got power. Reimer, a little slide by, gets behind. End of the period, no takedown. 9-4 the win for the Red Raider. Grayson Reimer. 3 Red Raider team points on the board as he smiled at his teammates, and they're smiling back. Everybody's happy. Reimer with a match in the books on the win column. The Red Raiders ranked wrestlers at 106. Matthew Searing ranked 14th. Deegan Armagast at 113 ranked 10th. Landon Freeman at 120 ranked 8th. And the forfeit victory for William McCorson from Wausau West. 6-3 the lead now for Wausau West. Carter Freeman ranked 3rd at 132 right now. Aiden Armagast 13th. Mason Tritz ranked 8th. Bennett Weidman ranked 3rd at 165. Kyler Tritz ranked 4th at 190. Tanner Gormanson ranked 11th at 285. Here you go, Samuel Volm, a sophomore, against Matthew Searing, a senior. Couple of little guys, and I still bet you Searing's the smallest of the two. Nice low shot down at the ankle, but Volm able to kick out of that. Another shot in. Trying to go right through him. Hip toss by Volm and takes Searing down. And a legs ride by Volm. But Searing comes out the back door. Got a cradle here. Going to get the reversal. It's 2-2. Don't pull him on you. And he lost control. That's the biggest thing that Searing has is not much power at all, not much strength. 1 point escape for Volm. Searing stretched out, hanging on the back of the thighs, now trying to suck him into a double. Volm picking an ankle. 40 seconds left. Probably going to work our way off the mat here, and there we have 3-2 Volm of Wausau West. And we got blood time on Searing. The Wausau West Warriors went to the Battle on the Bay and finished 13th. And they went and wrestled in a Fond du Lac tournament, finished 13th as well. They wrestled in the Warrior duels, and they defeated Toma, Stevens Point, and then lost to a Pulaski wrestler. Or excuse me, lost to a Pulaski team. Well, that's where they are right now. The Valley Conference so far in the first night, DC Everest beat Wausau East 65-9. Wausau West took out Merrill 43-31. And your Red Raiders put a hurting on Marshfield 48-19 in a heck of a dual meet. December 14th, Marshfield beat DC Everest 56-22. Merrill took out Wausau East 55-24. And Wausau West beat Stevens Point 48-28. Other dual meets tonight is Marshfield at Wausau East, and you're watching the other one right here, Wisconsin Rapids taking on Wausau West. Searing in with a nice shot. Can he get to a double? Steps through with a trip. Trying to keep him in bounds. Turns the corner with a single leg, and they're out of bounds. Close, but not quite. "12 seconds left. Searing down by 1 at 3-2. And the end of one period. Searing trailed by 1. Searing deferred his choice. And Volm will take down. Volm set, Searing covers. Volm with a hard stand-up. Searing snatch of the leg. Volm gets the escape. Pancakes Searing to his back. But was out of bounds. 4-2, Volm with the lead. Again, such a small size, probably not 100 pounds. That is the big deficit for Searing. Shot in, nice, got there. See what he can do with it now. Steps up, just gets forced back with a crossface. Searing's got in on a shot a couple times now, but hasn't been able to complete it yet. Warning, stalling, Volm backing up. Then he takes a bad shot in. Searing's got a chance to score here. Nice takedown by Searing, tying the match with a minute left. And they work their way off the mat. Searing will be on top now in the referee's position off that takedown. Ankle picked this time by the Red Raider on that right-hand side. Warning, stalling. Searing hanging on to the ankle too far. Riding the ankle without improving his position, just hanging on to it. Searing just not able to hold on to Volm. 5-4, Volm with a lead, 35 seconds. Searing in with a shot again. Got his head stuck down on the mat. Volm picking an ankle here to counter, forcing Searing's head down. "12 seconds left. And that's the way the period's going to end. 5-4, Searing trails. Now Searing's choice. He's going to have to go down. Two minutes to decide this match. Red Raiders looking to tie the dual meet. Spiral ride now by Volm. Searing's trying to keep a foot planted on the mat. Little cutback by Searing, but Volm rode along and controlled him. Volm hasn't really got off to the side until just now. Now he's got a crossface. Searing builds to a base. 1:08 left. Searing now comes out to face, but got his foot caught in the legs of Volm. He was almost out there. Spiral ride again by Volm, just hanging on to the ride. .42 seconds left. Searing's got to get some motion going on the bottom here. Tight waist by Volm, just hanging on, not doing anything. Searing now to his feet. There, Volm lifted and took him back to the mat finally. 12 seconds left. Volm just sitting with a tight waist. Volm is going to hang on 5-4 and a win over Matthew Searing. And Wassa goes up 9-3 after 3 matches. And again, the 6 points they got were for a forfeit. And they will get another free 6 points at 157 pounds if the Red Raiders don't make a move. Next up for the Red Raiders, this is Deegan Armagast, a freshman, against Savannah Danielson, who is a senior.
The senior, Savannah Danielson.
Deegan Armagast ranked 10th at 113 pounds. He's wrestling at that weight tonight. Wausau West has got a pretty good girls program here, so they're going to have girls that are going to be able to wrestle here. Headlock coming, rolled through, and the takedown by Danielson. Hard switch attempt, queued up for the reversal and tied the match. Armagast working that right side elbow, trying to get that arm out, and Danielson's getting her arms tight to her body as she can. Now Armagas with an arm pinned across the back. Couple of options here. 38 seconds left. Armagas looking to get a bar on the left side, now trying to just turn that wrist underneath. Danielson came up to a base temporarily. Armagas fires a half, takes her right over her head. Not quite. Wow, she was able to fight that off. 10 seconds left. Armagas with that half in her wrist again. Going to wind her up one more time, but ran out of time in the period. 2-2 the score. Danielson deferred. Armagas is going down to start the second period. Both wrestlers not in the lineup last year. Obviously for Armagas, he's a freshman this year. And Danielson not in the lineup either. Hard switch attempt. Gets the reversal. 4 to the lead for the Red Raider. Goes to work on that right side arm. Got that left side wrist tied up. Now goes for a half with that hand. Sometimes these pins don't come quite so quickly. You got to take a little fight out of your opponent first. Burn a little gas off their tank, so to speak. And then you'll be able to get them a little bit later in the match. Danielson doing everything she can not to get exposed here. Warning, stalling Danielson. Half in her wrist now by Armagas. Pulls the half out. Danielson cut back, but Armagas picked that knee and dumped her back on her stomach. 50 seconds left, still 4-2. Armagas leads. Arm now pinned across the back. Trying to lock up the Farmer. I think he's got it locked now. He's going to walk this over. This is usually tight when it goes. Settling her right in there. 22 seconds left. Armagas lifts the head. Puts some chest pressure down across the chest of Danielson. Lifting the head again. Settling her in tight. This is close. Pin in 3:54 on the fall. Now that tied the dual meet at 9 apiece. Landon Freeman getting ready to go, a junior for the Red Raiders, against Blake Mell, a freshman for Wausau. That's who is scheduled to go. Freeman, a long and lanky 120-pounder. Mell, pretty short, pretty small, a little bit stockier. This is Gavin Jacob. Excuse me, we're going to make a move here. Gavin Jacob in the lineup for the Red Raiders at 120 pounds. They're going to try to fill that hole at 157. Gavin Jacobs with an underhook now, trying to work on the edge of the mat, trying to figure out how am I going to get a takedown and stay in bounds doing it. Trying to pull him back in bounds, and they're out of bounds. Blood time on Blake Mell. Team rankings look like this. Kaukauna ranked number 1, Bayport ranked 2, Wisconsin Rapids 3, Arrowhead 4, Menominee 5, Hudson 6, Marshfield is 7th, Muskego 8th, Hortonville 9th, and Beaver Dam sits in 10th place. That's by Wisconsin Grappler Wrestling Rankings. One dual meet has been postponed already. DC Everest against Stevens Point was postponed on December 18th. They're going to wrestle that on January 11th. Tomorrow, Lincoln High School Red Raiders will host Slinger and Key Wescombe at Lincoln High School. And that will be Parents' Night, along with honoring the very first state championship for the Red Raiders, the 1974 state championship team. And we're getting Mel cleaned up. Now he's back and ready to go. A little tape job around a abrasion on his knee. No score yet in the Mad Nice arm drag by Gavin Jacobs. That was a dandy. 2 takedown in the lead for the Red Raider. Jacobs got the arm laced in between the thighs of Mel, trying to get to a cradle. Couldn't quite get it locked up, so he's got to go back to a legs ride on the right-hand side. And Mel's trying to control a wrist over top of the shoulder. Jacobs fights his hand loose now. Cross face with wrist control, and now he switches side, just goes to a conventional ride, taking him off his base. Got long enough arms, and Mel's short enough that Jacobs can scissor his legs with his arm. 10 seconds left in the period. Barbed wire now by the Red Raider. And at the end of one period, Jacobs leads 2-0. Jacobs' choice, he defers. Mel's choice, he's going to go down to start the second period. Jacobs going to put him on his feet, give him a free ride and a free point. Had success on a nice takedown in the last period, so we'll see what he does this time. Mel trying to control the elbow pretty hard here. Nice step in with a trip by Jacobs. That was really nice. They're going to cut him and build a lead here. Give him a little harm on the way up. Jacobs tried to lock up a cradle on the way up and missed it, and they go off the mat. Well, getting a little bit physical with the head slaps here. That's the second one he's kind of snapped the head of Gavin Jacobs with. Jacobs now with an overhook to a front headlock. Going to work around behind, or try to anyway. Got to clear that hip. Steps across the leg, trying to lock it down, but not comfortable with it yet. Mel got the arm tied up underneath to take down Jacobs. The referee awarded it. Now Mel flattens out. Jacobs can go to work on him here, leading 6-2. Power half, got a wrist. Going to get out to the, lost the wrist. Now he's got it, but it's stretched out, straightens him out. Straighten him out one more time here. Runs him right over. Mel not quite exposed. Now we're getting a couple of near falls, sinking in there deep. You got time, settle him in there. That's flat right there. There's the pin in 3:50 on the fall for Gavin Jacobs. Six Red Raider, six Red Raider team points. 15-9 to dual meet right now, and this will be Landon Freeman going up a weight class at 126. He's a junior for the Red Raiders, and he'll take on Henry Rufai, a sophomore. Scheduled to go. Red Raiders made the move by inserting Gavin Jacobs in the lineup.
126 pounds, Landon Freeman. And for the Warriors, 126 pounds, Henry Rufai.
Henry Rufai, a sophomore. Henry Rufai beat Gavin Jacobs 6-3 last year in the dual meet. Landon Freeman ranked 8th in the state right now at 120 pounds. One-point penalty in favor of Landon Freeman. A technical violation called by the official fleeing the mat to avoid the takedown on Wausau. Shot in by Freeman, got to a single. Now to a double, lifts, got him elevated, turns the corner, takes him down, looks for a half. 3-0 the lead now for the Red Raider. Drove him ahead, takes him off his arms, working on wrist control underneath. Tried to hook up that elbow from the far side, but couldn't quite get there. Rufai's hanging on to the wrist, that right one of Freeman's, trying to keep him from putting in a arm bar. Coffee grinder or a arm lever, half thrown from the feet, but that's not the time you put that arm behind your head and fire a half. You got to get him flat first. Freeman stuffs him right over top of his head on his, got 15 seconds left. Rufai rolled through it. Freeman in control, 2 near fall. It's 5-0 the lead. And that'll be the way this period ends. 5-0 the lead for the Red Raider, Landon Freeman. Rufai's choice, he's going to defer. Landon Freeman's going down to start the second period. High base now, forward roll on the way down, and we'll start this all over one more time. Freeman builds to a base, pulls his knees up underneath him, pinning a foot down, trying to build to a higher base. Cradle try to get locked up by Rufai, and Freeman turns to face, got a whizzer. Oh, inside cut, and Rufai caught him, but couldn't get him on his back. Not quite the right time to try that. You got a 5-point lead. You want to maintain that and slowly build from there with sure points. Rufai pulls Freeman out of bounds. And we're going to start again. Freeman on the bottom. Rufai on top. Freeman now posts a leg to his feet. Rufai lifts, takes him back to his base, and Freeman's back up one more time. Blocked that time by Freeman. Freeman's got the hands separated there, at least temporarily. Warning, stalling. Rufai, hard switch now coming. Rufai barely hanging on to the leg. 2 reversal, Freeman. Good work by the Red Raider. 7-0 with 30 seconds left, second period. Rufai looked to reach back, cross body, and hook the head, which he almost did. Freeman now, I do believe, is trying to lock up a cradle here. Rufai trying to control the hands. 5 seconds left in the period. That's the way this period's coming to an end. 7-0 the Red Raider. Landon Freeman. Rufai's choice. He's going down. Freeman again on top. He's had pretty good success there. See how he elects to wrestle this third period. Freeman with a tight waist, trying to get Rufai off his base. Got a coffee grinder here. Back to a bar. Got wrist control on the far side. Got a bar on the right-hand side. Now he's going to run the bar. Try to straighten him out one time. Rufai's close to going over. Near fall coming now. And he got too high. Freeman hitting a switch on the way down. Two near fall Freeman, one escape Rufai. 9-1 the score should be. And we're out of bounds. Should be 9-1 the scoreboard. .47 seconds left. Nice takedown, Freeman. Now it should be 11-1. Freeman with a nice takedown. Going to salt this match away, and he's got a major on the board right now. Little tip attempt here. Two more, but he came out from underneath. Don't want to get too crazy here with your pinning combination. You got a major on the board. Should be 13-1. The Red Raiders. Landon Freeman. Major decision for Red Raider team points. 19-9 the match. Carter Freeman getting ready to go at 132 pounds, a sophomore. Freeman ranked third in the state at this weight class. And scheduled to take on Sam Galang, a junior.
132 pounds for Carter Freeman. And the Warriors at 132 pounds, Sam Galang.
Sam Galang not in the lineup last year for whatever reason for Wausau. Freeman in on a single, drives in, gets to a double, comes up, lifts, tosses him to his back, landed him flat. That's the pin right there in 17 seconds on the fall.
Carter Freeman.
6 Red Raider team points, 25-9 the score right now in the dual meet. And it didn't take long as Freeman just launched Galang to his back, and he was flat and never moved after that. Aiden Armagast at 132 pounds. Gonna go, 138 pounds against probably Alexander Voigt. Aiden Armagast ranked 13th in the state.
Wrestling director, 138, Armagast. Set for the Warriors at 138 pounds, Alexander Voigt.
Voigt is a sophomore. Aiden Armagast in on a single, got it elevated off the mat, trying to clear the hip, steps through the trip, takes him down, 2 points to the Red Raiders. Voigt not in the lineup last year for Wausau West. Armagast with a wrist pinned underneath, trying to get to a bar on this near side, but Voigt ends up working his way off the edge of the circle. And we're set and ready to go again. 1:20 left, first period. Armagast stops the first move easily. Now got a wrist tied up underneath again. Trying to work that wrist out, got it out, or temporarily had it out. Half and her arm tied up, I couldn't quite get him turned. Now switches back to a bar. Lost that armbar on the right-hand side, still with a tight waist. "35 seconds left. Armagast's trying to keep him inside the circle here for the final 15 seconds, but Voigt may end up being able to get back out of bounds. Armagast's trying to pull him back in with a bar on the far side. And they're out of bounds with 1 second left. Gonna have to have one hard start here, and then the first period will be done. 2-0, Aiden Armagast with the lead. Voigt's choice, he chooses down. Clock has got 3 seconds on it. Now they reset it to 2. Armagast gives him the free ride back to his feet. It's 2-1 now. Armagast with a doubling shot has him sitting right straight up and down like he's in a chair, and they're going to cut him loose. Give him a little harm on the way up. 4-2 now the lead for Armagast. Headgear comes unsnapped on Voigt. So the referee sees that and give him a fresh restart, allow him to strap that on again. Armagast, 2 head taps in on a single, near side. Gonna elevate it. Little back trip, nice work by Armagast. 2 takedown. 6-2 the lead now. And they're probably going to get worked out of bounds here. 1:08 left. Armagast on top and still riding. They're going to put him back on his feet again. 1 free ride in the escape point for Voigt. Armagast wades right in, got an underhook and head position. Now he takes the underhook away. Shot in on a near side single. Trying to spin it down on the mat and go around the corner with it. Now he's just going to elevate it, a little step through dump. Takes him down, 8-3 now with 39 seconds left. Voigt must be fairly strong underneath because Armagast's having a little bit of a hard time getting the arms pinned back to where he can go to work on him. But he cannot stop Armagast on his feet. 12 seconds left, second period. Stack attempt. Just rolled through it. Not quite. Just rolled back and forth, says the official. 8-3 now the lead for the Red Raider. He chooses down with his choice in the third period. Voigt hasn't seen the top position yet, so we'll get a little look at him here. See if it makes a difference by Armagast. He's in a high base. Oh, nice step through switch. That was pretty. 2 in a reversal. It's 10-3 now. 10-4 on the free ride Armagast gave him. Headlock coming right to the back. Armagast squeezing him up with a headlock. Got a minute 38. A lot of time to settle him in here. Armagast stepping ahead, trying to get that leg free. And Voigt rolled him through. 3 near fall. 15 to 6. Now it's 17-6 Armagast on the reversal. Minute 8 left yet. He's up by 11. See if he can score a couple more here. Put a technical foul on the board. That's 1 extra team point. Voigt's doing exactly what he's supposed to do, try not to get pinned here because of the overmatch, and so far he's done a pretty good job of it. Major decision on the board as Armagast follows along pretty easily, traps that trailing arm. 30 seconds left. Counting down now from 10 seconds. Armagast with an 11-point lead, and that's going to be the way this is going to be ending. Aiden Armagast 17-6. Major decision on the board, 14 points, 29-9. The dual meet. 144-pound matchup coming up. Chase Gethers, your freshman Red Raider. Going to go on a mat against senior John Knopf. That's who's scheduled to go out anyway from Wausau. Knopf was not in the lineup last year.
And for the Warriors at 144 pounds, the senior John Knopf.
Chase Gethers, a freshman in the lineup for the Red Raiders at 144. Off the mat they work. 12 seconds gone. Nice shot down on a low single by Gethers. Takes him back the other way. Can he gain control of him before they get out of bounds? Not quite. Knopf able to get out of bounds. That was a nice shot, though, by Gethers. Got there right at the high ankle. Knopf wading in. Gethers should circle instead of back up, which gives the better look to the official. There you see him backing straight up here. Knopf with a shot in at the knee. To take down for Knopf. Just under a minute. Gethers fighting to stay on a base here for the Red Raiders. Got his wrist tied up underneath. Gethers trying to pick the wrist off. Technical violation. 1 penalty point for Knopf of Wausau West. Gethers had only 2 fingers when he was trying to pull the hand off. You got to have all the fingers in one grip. Caution on Wausau, improper starting position. Your hand has to cover the elbow, and the other one around the waist has to be right across your belly button. Knopf able to stop Gethers' first move. 20 seconds left. Just good wrist control by Knopf. That's all he's had so far on Gethers. Now Gethers put a foot down, but gets taken off his base. Locked hands. Got the 2. 1 point. Locked hands against Wausau West in favor of Gethers, and 2 reversal Gethers that tied the match at 3, all in 3 seconds. Gether's choice, he defers. Knopf's choice, he's going down. 3-3 and a flurry at the end of the period. Huge points there for the Red Raider. Gether's with the harder start. Or excuse me, Knopf with the harder start. Gether's got to catch him and takes him out of bounds. You want to start harder on top than the guy on the bottom because otherwise you're playing catch up. You have to react to him. Caution again on Gether's. Hand too far around the waist. Got them both. Staying consistent as the official. Stand up. Locked hands again by Gether's now on his knees. 4-3 now, Knopf. Same penalty as what Knopf had. There was a hard switch again. No start by Gether's on top, and that's cost him. Gether's now working hard to get to his feet. Minute and a half left, second period. 6-3, Knopf. And they're going to be out of bounds here. See if Gether's can get a harder start here on the bottom now than what he had on top. No, just bases off and allows Knopf to chop that left side arm in underneath. Chin drop, but Gether's rolled through it. Came out on top with the reversals, got a cradle and a half all at the same time. Gether's in a good position here, but he lost the grip. Fired a half backwards. There you go. Now just settle in here. Pin for Gether's. Wow, what a scramble. Came out with a win on that. And 3:36 on the fall. $35-9 to Dumead score right now. That was a wild flurry there. 6 better Red Raider team points in any event. Now you're going to see a cradle special here in Mason Tritz against Lane Pernsteiner, who is a freshman. Mason Tritz is a long, lanky guy, and he can cradle from everywhere. He's ranked right now 8th at 150 pounds in the state. There's a shot in, nice double leg, turns the corner, takes him down. Regathers the legs, then he's going to cut him loose. 2-1. Nice sweep shot right at the knee, got it elevated, back trip, takes him down to the mat. Not quite as Pernsteiner catches a leg and turns inside. And we got a scramble. Pernsteiner gets to a double and locks him up. Tritz picks an ankle, flattens him down here now. 2 takedown, Tritz. Nice, continue to wrestle. There's your cradle locking up right here. Long arms, takes him right back over. Knee in the side, trying to control the far side leg, but Pernsteiner somehow gets his head out of there. 3 near fall for the Red Raider. Tritz again works back up the body. Fires a half this time now. Pernsteiner in deep trouble again for 20 seconds on the mat. Tritz trying to reposition, get a little chest pressure on him. 10 seconds. And Pernsteiner goes stomach down. 3 more near fall for the Red Raider. And he had a half and a wrist there, but he ran out of time. 10-1 the lead in a wild first period. Pernsteiner comes up, kind of grimacing on his face, stumbling around a little bit. Pernsteiner not sure if he wants to go back to the center of the mat right now. Tritz with a shot in again to a single at the knee, pulls it in. Drops down to the ankle now, comes up with it. Reaches through with them long arms, traps the far side leg, just tackles him to the mat. 14-1. Pernsteiner's doing all he can for a freshman on the bottom. Locked up with a cradle one more time is Tritz. Suicide style over top of the back. Rolled him right across his own body. You have to be a confident guy to do that and get away with it. Or very good with the cradle. Tritz has got it locked up, but Pernsteiner's not quite settled in there. He's getting closer, though. The referee's trying to get a position to see here. He's trying to feel in the shoulder. He's going to get kicked in the head here pretty quick. Just couldn't quite get a look. 3 near fall. It's 15-1 right now. He's up by 14, so one more turn here. He's got to keep him on his back or it's going to be a technical fall. Pernsteiner pretty flexible there underneath. He was getting twisted sideways like you can't imagine. My body hurt watching it. Now he got a half and a wrist again. Drives him over the top. Got 18 seconds left. Snatches him one more time. Over he goes. Tritz is in bounce yet. Pernsteiner's out. Pernsteiner can be pinned here. This is going to be the match either way. 3 near fall. It's 18-1. Technical fall, Mason Tritz. Five Red Raider team points. It's now 40-9. The dual meet. Red Raiders locked up the dual meet there. Next up at 157 pounds, the Red Raiders will forfeit.
Getting away by forfeit, 157 pounds,
Colin Colwell, a senior, receives a forfeit at 157. The Red Raiders not having an entrant there. Going to drop down some guys here in a little bit. Next up for the Red Raiders, senior Bennett Weidman at 165, taking on the senior Henry Galang. Probably the feature match of the night right here. Henry Galang and Bennett Weidman wrestled last year. Weidman beat him 9-0. Weidman ranked 3rd in the state at 165. Shot in by Weidman. Elevates. Over the top of the shoulders, Galang countering. Weidman trying to go out the backside with a Polish double. Now locks the leg down, trying to pop his head out. Good wrestling by both wrestlers here. Weidman trying to get to a double. Now to a single. Steps through, locks the leg. Weidman works his way through that, gets a takedown. Galang sitting on the seat of his step-in, and they go off the mat. 2-0 for the Red Raider. They're going to put him up on his feet and give him a free ride. What that does is, yeah, you're giving the opponent a point, a point, and putting him on his feet, but you're working on mental and you're working on match score. You get another takedown, now you're up by 3, which Weidman's working on, and you work on the mental outlook of the opponent too. Weidman hanging on to an ankle. Galang trying to counter and keep in as tight as he can. Weidman coming back out with a double. Out the backside they go again in a scramble. One more time. This time it's right in the center of the mat. Plenty of room to work. Pop the head out, covers the body. Weidman with a takedown. 4-1 to lead. Some of these guys that are much better on their feet than they are on the mat, you'll see them go takedowns, takedown, cut them loose, takedown, cut them loose. You're increasing your lead each time, and you're really trying to break mentally your opponent. 4-1 the lead for the Red Raider after 1 period. Galang's choice, he defers. Weidman's choice, he's going to go down to start the second period. Stand up to a switch by Weidman. Again, he clears hips. Galang picked an ankle. Weidman coming up to his foot. Now up to both feet. Galang trapped that trailing arm, takes him out of bounds. Good work by Weidman there. Close. Galang caught that trailing arm once Weidman got both feet on the mat, and that's the only thing that saved him. Weidman turns inside. Stands up and faces, puts Galang on his hip. Now we're in a scramble again. Weidman's coming around the corner, pops the arm free. 6-1 the lead for the Red Raider. Arm tied up underneath by Weidman. Galang now to high base. Forward roll by Galang. Weidman trying to ride with him. Almost got Galang to his back. He's got the hips scissored apart now. Lost the leg hook there. Weidman's still got an arm pinned behind the back. Weidman sticks in a bar on this near side. Got a wrist control on the far side. Around the corner he's going to go. Galang to his knees. 30 seconds left. Runs it over again. Deep bar now by Weidman. Pins the arm, looking for the shoulder. Gets some pressure on it. Fire and a half. Runs him over the top. Galang in deep trouble here. Weidman in deep control here. Galang in huge trouble. Pin. 3:52 on the fall. Six more Red Raider team points. 46-15. 175-pounder Mark Jeske coming out, a senior, against supposedly another senior, Tim Gospodarek.
Wrestling directed at 175, Mark Jeske. And for the Warriors, Tim Gospodarek.
Gospodarek wrestled last year in his dual meet against Lucas Bean. Bean beat him 10-1. Jeske's a different type of wrestler than Bean, though, so we'll see how this matchup goes. Pair of seniors going at in their final year of high school wrestling. Red Raiders will have a commanding lead in the Valley Conference. Nice little shuck on by to a single leg by Jeske. Got it elevated. Back trip. Trying to cover him up around the waist. 2 takedown Jeske. Nice work by the Red Raider. The Red Raiders will be 2-0. Wausau West will suffer their first defeat at 2-1. And then the Red Raiders have DC Everest, probably their next best challenger, and then Merrill, along with Stevens Point and Wausau East left. Point and East are winless so far. in the Valley. Tight waist with an arm bar. Gospodarek works to a high base. 45 seconds left, and Jeske cuts him loose. 2-1 the lead for the Red Raider. Didn't quite commit to that shot. The shot was there, but he didn't quite commit to it, and he backed out. End of one period, 2-1. The Red Raider Jeske leads. His choice, he's going to defer. Gospodarek's choice, he's going down. Well, Gospodarek able to get the escape. Harder start by the Wausau West wrestler than the Lincoln High School one that time again. Knee slide, and Jeske felt him coming back. Got him on his back, and there's the pin. In 2:19 on the fall. 6 Red Raider team points, 52-15. Jeske felt him come back that way and caught him. Feel is something you cannot teach a wrestler. They have to have it inside them. And here's the 190-pound matchup, and Wausau West will forfeit to Kyler Tritz. And that's the final match of the night. 6 Red Raider team points, 58-15 to Doomy. The Red Raiders gave away 12 points of the 15 Wausau West have. They only won one match. That was a close 1-point loss by Matthew Searing. We'll have head coach Scott Bennett come over and give us his input on how he thought the night went and how the Red Raiders wrestled. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. We're back now at Wausau West Fieldhouse. Head coach Scott Bennett stopping by. Thanks for stopping in, giving us a few minutes. And congratulations on another Valley Conference Doomy win.
Yeah, it's the first thing you always kind of check off your list is Valley Conference matches mean a lot to us. And, the goal is to win a conference title. That's one of our steps along the way. And you can't have any time that you falter.
Right.
And, we're kind of, always take that chance when you're wrestling well with a team that hasn't always had as much success as maybe, that they had hoped that we get a little overconfident and don't wrestle well, and we're just wrestling well, and we continue to improve. So,
yeah, tonight's dual meet was that statement exactly. You get off to a first matchup win with 2 15-pounder Grayson Reimer, 9-4, and he's an interesting guy to watch. It's kind of fun watching the interaction with him.
Oh, yeah.
The referee, the other opponent, the bench, the coaches, smiling, laughing, having a good time, making friends.
Yeah.
But boy, is he an athlete.
He is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He, a couple times I thought we were going to catch that guy and pin him. And he's been sick this week. You could tell he was getting kind of tired out there. His endurance has usually been, a good thing for him. He wrestles well, late into the match. And you could tell he was a little tired, trying to kind of reserve, maintain his reserves a little bit. But he is fun to watch. He's fun to coach. He's been a real joy to have on our team, and kids like having him on the team. He's a good teammate. He's good to everybody, and it's been fun to have him. And he smiling at the guys and all. Yeah, so it's something.
285, you did not enter a wrestler tonight, so we'll go right to 106. Matthew Searing, close loss, 5-4 over Samuel Vohm. Just the same story, undersized, underpowered.
Yeah, we made a couple mistakes, and you can't make mistakes.
Yep.
When you're small, you can't make mistakes. He made them, and then he couldn't overcome them. And I wasn't a real fan of the ride that we got put in at the end. I thought that could have been called, and we maybe had to make it look a little bit worse and come up to our feet. So, he's if he was the same size as everybody, he'd win most of his matches. He's not, so he's got to kind of overperform, and you can't always do that. So.
113-pounder Deegan Armgast starts the Red Raiders off on a pin streak. Got a pin in 3:54 over Savannah Danielson.
Yeah, she's a good wrestler,
right.
And Deegan's a real good wrestler as well. And he gave up that early takedown and then just kept kind of working. And he's been wrestling really well for us. Picked up a couple losses here and there, but improving every time out.
Yeah. Gavin Jacobs split in lineup at 120 against Blake Mell, and he gets a pin in 350.
Yeah, we weren't quite sure what they were going to do in there. We thought he was going to get that roughie and put Gavin out there. And, he's been wrestling 26, and he's going down. We're heading down with weight classes, and he's going to be a real factor at the end of the year. Turning into a really good wrestler and finally wrestling somebody his own size and wrestled well.
126-pounder Landon Freeman, he goes up a weight class, takes on Henry Rufai and beats him 13-1.
Yeah, good match. That was a conference finals, I think, a year ago. Mm-hmm. And Landon, wrestles well. At times we have he thinks a lot out there, but he's starting to do some things a lot better. Kind of getting, he's out for other sports, come off a real nice soccer season, and just kind of getting his wrestling legs underneath him, so to speak. And he's been fun to watch improve every time out, and that was a good win. Yeah.
Then one of your horses, Carter Freeman, at 132, did what the horses do. Comes up with a quick pin in 1:17. I don't think he even broke a sweat.
No, it was good. I mean, the kid he wrestled Glang is pretty decent, and the guy was going to wrestle him, and you mix it up with Carter, you're probably going to end up on your back at some point in time, and he usually makes them stick. They don't come off, and it was exciting as well it lasted. But he's fun to watch. So.
Aiden Arbogast at 138 gets a 17-6 major over Alexander Voigt.
Yeah, and I thought we were going to catch that pin. That was a really sweet headlock he threw.
It was.
He did some nice things. We finished that headlock a little bit better. So even though he's wrestling really good, we're still seeing little things that we can improve on. And, man, he's improved a bunch from a year ago, and he's fun to watch as well.
And we go up at 144, Chase Geathers. New guy in the lineup this year, freshman obviously, gets a pin in 3:36 over John Kanov, and I bet you he felt really good about that.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. We got him a win down at West Allis this last weekend, and he's overmatched in a lot of cases, but he's going to be our guy, and so he's getting tossed in the fire. We pull him out once in a while. Tonight was one of them. If he fought through some hard spots, he was probably going to win the match, and came up with the win. So, it was a nice win for him.
150 Mason Tritz. He's turning into one of the guys you can count on every time.
Absolutely.
A big improvement from last year. Boy, he's hunting that cradle in as soon as he walks on the mat, basically.
Yeah, he's just been a pleasure to watch improve and doing really nice stuff. Confident on his feet. Real confident on the bottom, which he wasn't a year ago. We're turning in, with him, a real complete wrestler, and been winning some big matches for us. And usually gets the pin, got a little bit too close to the pin, and then caught the tech fall there. But normally he's pretty good for 6 points for us. So.
Yeah, the biggest difference that I see from him is on his feet, his footwork.
Yeah.
That's gotten a lot better where he's kind of ploddy, stumbly, feet together a lot last year. Now he's attacking from his feet, and that's fun to watch.
Yeah, no, he's a completely different wrestler than a year ago, and still got the toughness that he had a year ago now. Now he's got confidence and technique and just kind of grew into himself and wrestling really well. 157
pounds, you give Wausau West 6 more of their free points and have an entrant there. 165, Bennett Wyman comes out and does what one of your hammers does, puts 6 points on the board and a pin over Henry Galang.
Yeah, and Galang, again, is one of their okay guys. And, Ben had to work for that pin, and I thought he wrestled well. just gotten some spots, had to wrestle his way through it, and was really a good win for him. And he's just same thing. He's just been wrestling well, and picked up the pin. And anytime we start putting pins on the board, we're going to be in any dual meet we're in. So we're starting to really learn, those spots in there as to get to win and get to a major, then start hunting the pins.
Right.
And we did a nice job. Ben was one of them.
You can see Weidman out there on the mat in those scrambles, just thinking his way through
Absolutely.
them all. Every time he got into scrambles, which sometimes can get really fast, or they can kind of slow down, but it's still a scramble situation. He was just thinking his way through and winning every position out there.
Absolutely. Yep. You can tell he's processes stuff the whole time he's wrestling.
Right.
Real coachable, and like I said, he's just been fun to have. In practice as a leader on the mat, just been wrestling well.
Mark Juski at 175 puts another pin on the board in 219 over Tim Gospodarek.
Yeah, that kid wasn't a bad wrestler.
Right.
And
wrestled for their lineup last year.
Yeah, and Mark has improved a bunch from the beginning of the year to now. And the feel that he had to catch that pin was really a nice job. He kind of felt it.
Exactly.
And just patient on his feet now. Starting to win close matches, starting to pick up pins, and it's been just, he's been one of our real surprises right now. Again, one of those guys we can start to count on when the matches get tough, that he can win big matches for us. So,
I brought that up on the broadcast too about Mark Jeske able to feel his way into that turn.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if you can teach feel, but he did feel that coming and put the guy right straight to his back, and he wasn't coming off then.
Yeah, no, he did a great job, and it's one of those things that as we start to, be able to feel that stuff, matches become easier because the points kind of show up for you instead of having to fight for them all the time.
Right. And at 190, Kyler Tritz gets a forfeit. They elected not to put out William Ford. Probably wouldn't have made a difference anyway. That would have been 6 one way or another.
I think they moved William Ford up onto Reimer, I think is what they did right off the get-go. I think they made that switch, and then I think that's what happened in there.
So, the Red Raiders come out 58-15. A lot of difference from last year. You had a 2-point dual meet win. Mm-hmm. Again, different lineups, both sides.
Yeah.
And the Red Raiders are in command of the Valley right now with 2 wins and over probably 2 of the toughest teams besides the Red Raiders.
Yeah, Wausau West was undefeated. DC Evers probably, right in there with all of us,
right.
But we're wrestling well right now, and can't rest too long. I guess we wrestle tomorrow night right away. I don't know who put together this schedule, but now.
Yeah, talk to that person.
I should. Yeah, I got to look in the mirror, but. We kind of front-loaded this one, and we're getting through it. And we're getting better as we get through this. But Valley-wise, we're in a good spot, and goal is to to win 6 Valley duels, and then jump into that tournament, and hopefully win a tournament outright as well. So,
Coach, thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate it. Congratulations on another Valley Conference Wrestling dual meet win. Very good effort tonight. We'll bring you more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media.